Hey guys, how's it going? So I realized that for the past 2 months or something like 2 months, I actually hadn't uploaded a Floyd Mayweather film study. The last video I did on Floyd was in December of 2014. So that's why I decided to release this original series, which of course is titled TBE Skills. And of course, this is episode 1, which is focusing on the counterpunching skills of Floyd Money Mayweather. Now, these videos are going to focus more on the earlier parts of Floyd's career when he was a more aggressive boxer. I hope you enjoy these videos.
Joe Goosen asked him, do you want to continue?
Prepared for.
He catches a lot of big punches.
This is commitment.
Vladimir is just too slow.
At this weight class.
Variety of angles. Big right hand by Mayweather, perfectly thrown. Another perfect right. Oh, what a quick right hand by Mayweather. Been following Floyd. Make a fight. Go out. Catch the position. His speed advantage is just as significant inside.
Right here, you see Floyd doing one of his favorite things, catching punches.
The first thing we see is Floyd using his lead arm to block the straight right hand of Carlos Baldomir. Now, using the left arm to block the right hand of your opponent works very well when you have two conventional opponents in the ring. This is simply due to the positioning of the arms. As you can see, the lead arm and the shoulders work as a very good line of defense. Now, from this illustration, you can again see that the left arm of the boxer in red is perfectly in line to do a good job of blocking the straight right hand of the guy in blue. So it's just due to the hand positioning, as you can see. But of course, a word of advice is you do not ever want to attempt to reach for punches. You must always block or parry a punch as close to its destination as possible. If you reach like the guy in red is doing in this illustration, the boxer in blue, your opponent, can basically punch around you, and he can also bait you in and then punch around your reaching hand. So after he rolls that right hand, he counters with a right uppercut of his own to the chin of Carlos Baldomir. Now, the Philly shell defense, of course, is an excellent defensive posture for countering the right hand with speed, as we see Mayweather do on countless occasions. And there we see him demonstrate his defensive responsibility. Floyd Mayweather is simply one of the few boxers in the world of boxing who has a proactive defense or a preemptive defense. He simply doesn't need to stand there and see the punch.
That's a nice move there by Mayweather.
Again. Back in the fight with one punch. That's it. I don't think Floyd's worried about his punches anymore. That's it.
Look like 3 or 4 straight right hands.
The Floyd Mayweather pull counter is something we've seen on so many occasions. Now, Mayweather's ability to come back with this right hand so quickly is a lot to do with how he actually pulls from the jab to begin with. He's leaning into his opponent. That's the distance deception. So when he pulls back, he basically straightens out his spine and kicks his trailing leg out to provide extra balance, and then he can just come back with the right hand onto his opponent's face. Now watch that trailing foot. As you can see, Mayweather pulls his head back, which straightens out his spine. Notice how he's also taking that step back with his trailing foot to provide the additional balance as he comes back with that right hand to counter his opponent over their jab. A beautiful, beautiful textbook boxing move. The Floyd Mayweather pull counter, which we've seen so many times. And there you see that right hand on Philip Indo's face. And now we talk about something which has made Floyd Mayweather recognized as one of the best counterpunchers in boxing history, which of course is his Philly shell defense, his shoulder roll, and his counter. We've often heard people talking about the Floyd Mayweather Philly shell or the Floyd Mayweather shoulder roll and counter, but of course Floyd didn't originate any of these things, but it can be argued that he has absolutely perfected the Philly shell defense and the shoulder roll. Now, of course, we know the Philly shell has the left hand held low, which of course invites the right hand from your opponent. And this, of course, is the punch which Mayweather has been able to roll and counter on so many occasions.
Shoot jab, right hand,
left
hook.
Using
Jab, right hand, left hook. Right there. Again.
picking
right
off
there.
all the shots,
Picking off all the shots of a guy.
and without using any energy to do it.
No, you don't rush. You always gotta stay relaxed.
Been following Floyd. To make a fight. Go out. Catch the match. Catch the match. Catch the match.
Okay, so let's talk about the mechanics of the Philly shell. The Philly shell defense puts Floyd Mayweather's lead shoulder as his first line of defense. The right-hand side of Mayweather's body is further away from his opponent than the left side. And with the left hand being held low, the Philly shell actually invites the exact punch it is built to counter, which of course is the right hand. Now it is inviting the right hand, which is then rolled off the shoulder, so that's where the shoulder roll comes in. The right hand, of course, being primed for Mayweather to counter after he shoulder rolls. So we notice that as Mayweather rolls his opponent's right hand, he shifts his body weight over to the right side of his body, and then he builds the necessary momentum on that side of his body, and then is able to transfer that momentum into his opponent's face when he counters with the right hand. So now in this fight against Canelo Alvarez, you notice as Mayweather leans back and catches that right hand on the shoulder, he's able to then explode from defense to offense as he counters with the right hand of his own. Now let's take note that as Floyd is actually going to lean back here when Canelo shoots his right hand, that forces Canelo to overextend just a little bit, which actually puts him closer in range to that right hand counter by Floyd Mayweather. Beautiful boxing.
Some cleaner punches and punches. Some cleaner punches and punches at this weight class. At this weight class.
Wait, Vladimir is just too slow.
Another perfect right.
And finally, we end episode 1 of TBE Skills talking about Mayweather's ability to catch and shoot, especially on the ropes. Mayweather's ability to catch and shoot from the Philly shell defensive posture is really very, very remarkable. When Mayweather is attacked to the right-hand side of his body, he often actually counters with the same side. In other words, he counters with the right hand, which typically catches his opponents by surprise.
Chavez is obviously the busier. Chavez is obviously the busier. Chavez is obviously the busier.
If a guy like this, I'm in the pocket. No, shoot right here to my body. If you go to my body, I come up. If you go to
All
hook,
one shot. Boom.
go to my body, I come up.
Chavez is obviously the busier.
The first thing we notice is Floyd is always holding the phone when he's in the Philly shell defense, so it's very easy for him to basically dip to the right side of his body to catch left hooks which are thrown down to the body, such as this left hook we've seen here from Jesus Chavez. Now Mayweather's left arm is also across his body, which again helps him in catching body shots. And then we see him counter with that right uppercut down the middle. Now, a lot of people are trained to catch a left hook and then counter with a left hook of their own, and there's nothing wrong with this. But sometimes you do want to mix in a counter from the same side because these are typically harder for your opponent to actually predict or to see. Mayweather is able to actually land this right uppercut before Jesus Chavez can actually bring his left arm back to defend himself. And of course, Mayweather, James Toney, and Bernard Hopkins are good examples of boxers who like to counter with the same side.
Chavez, who initiated that with a nice left.
Alright, so I just wanted to end the video by saying a lot of the time the crowd goes wild when they see Mayweather on the ropes and his opponent throwing punches, but most of the time Mayweather is usually the one landing, whereas his opponent is usually the one missing. We saw this with Marcos Maidana, and it's no different to what has been happening in the earlier parts of his career.
No, shoot right here to my body. If you go to my body, I come up. If you go to
All
hook,
one shot. Boom.
go to my body, I come up. You shoot the hook. You can come here, or you can come. You can anywhere. Up top.
Please make sure you click the red button to subscribe to my channel if you already haven't. Then check out some of my previous videos, or you could check out one of my more popular videos right now. Or you could do absolutely nothing and go out to the outro music.
We pull out, we show out.